I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be cyber flirting versus in person. Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hey, Coach, boy, oh boy, do I have some shit to tell you, brother." Well, must be a good email then. He says, "So get this, man. It just clearly goes to show that your stuff actually works. But also, I also have a question towards the end. About a month ago, I was on my online dating profile, and I got a message from a woman who saw my page and saw that it was different and interesting, and she wanted to talk. So we did. I was my normal, sarcastic, and fun self, and kind of just talked to her like a girl that was my age, even though she was married, 15 years older, and had kids. She told me a little bit about her life, and that she kind of has low self-esteem. My life is boring, and my husband is always away on business vibe about her, but I just kept it casual. And from that point until now, I talk to her every now and then, and she would message me on Facebook. So today, she messages me on Facebook, and I start thinking, let me create a fun-filled conversation and see where it leads. And he says, boy, did it lead somewhere. He says, so I started out casual, doing the basic catching up stuff, and making her laugh, building trust in her, and getting her comfy. He says, then I started making sexual innuendos. For example, she said, I didn't do anything yesterday. It was boring. I said, well, if I was there, we'd make things a little more exciting. But she kind of pulls back and gets one-wordy responses like LOL, oh. So I proceeded to take one step back and talk about working out, keeping it casual, and then a few comments later, take 2 steps forward and make another innuendo. Then she hits me with this line, shh, I married you, jerk, LOL. He says, this was a test of her strength, so you know what I said? He says, you are. He says, that's perfect, because now he can keep you busy when you're not having tons of fun with me. It's brilliant. She cracks up and then starts to buy in and says, well, if you were here, what would we do? And then I proceeded to cyberfuck this chick's brains out, dude. He says, here's the kicker. When we get done, she says, oh my God, what just happened? How'd that happen? I said, you were a woman and I was a man. Just live in the moment, baby. She asked me if she cheated, and I was like, laughing my ass off. No, silly. She told me she was so horny and she was touching herself during our little session. All in all, it was awesome because I was able to look at the full conversation and see where I built her comfort, then got sexual, then backed off and teased her interest, then got sexual again until she gave in. It was like looking at a map, but actually knowing how to read the map because of what you have taught me. My question is, though, is it really that easy in person? Absolutely. If the girl has interest in you, yes. And it's good that you are watching the conversation because that teaches you learn to develop your sensory acuity, because sometimes you're going to say things to women when you're interacting with them and they're not going to like it, or maybe they're going to get offended, maybe you're going to take it a little bit too far, because women have different levels of high self-esteem. Women with a real high self-esteem, you can pretty much say anything to them and they don't give a shit. They're going to think you're just joking with them and you're teasing and you're being playful. Women with a lower self-esteem, or who perceive themselves as having lower social value than you, even though they like you, if you say something like you tease them or you put them down, they take it personally and they think you're really seriously. And even though you had a chance with them, they'll reject you because they figure, oh, well, down the road, once you find out what they're really like, you'll just reject them anyways. And so he says, how do I use those skills that I obviously learned and have naturally applied them in the real world with hot women? Well, you got to actually start interacting with women in the real world instead of doing the easy way by sitting in your jammies and cyber fucking some married chick who's really not even a prospect anyways. The idea is that you want to date somebody and talk to women that are single and available. This woman, she's in a messy situation, and there's plenty of single women out there, and guys that get involved in situations like this with married women or women that are in relationships, really what they're doing is they're getting involved with somebody that they really can't have because of their situation, because it's a way that they're able to go ahead and avoid being in a relationship altogether. So if I were you, what I would do is I would start practicing this stuff in the real world instead of trying to do the easy route and meeting women online or talking to women online through Facebook. Grow a set of balls, go to the mall, practice your social skills. I did a YouTube video a while back called Improving Your Social Skills. So if you Google Corey Wayne Improving Your Social Skills and just follow what that teaches, then you can go to the mall and practice those skills, because it's a lot better to meet people in person, because, I mean, you're just talking to this girl over the internet, and you don't even know if she even looks anything like her pictures in person. And so you get yourself all wound up sexually, and you meet her in person, and her ass is the size of Texas because you only see her like from the chest up, and it's just a bad way to go. Plus, you can't read a woman's body language. You can't really tell what she's like in person, and that's why I prefer to meet women face to face, because I know instantly if I'm really into them or not. But online it's kind of hard to tell because sometimes they don't look like their pictures, or they don't look as good as their pictures in person because they had them taken professionally, or maybe they were old pictures. And so to me there's a lot more uncertainty with online dating, because if I meet somebody in person I really like, I'll make a date right on the spot and I get right to it. Whereas when you're talking online, I mean, how much time have you spent online talking to this girl? Probably countless hours at this point. Whereas you could have talked to somebody in person for a couple of minutes and had a date and gone out on a date and seen them in person and practiced this stuff in person. Instead of having cyber imaginary sex, you could actually have sex with a girl who's single and ready to mingle and is ready to hook up and is looking for the same things that you are. But stop messing around with chicks like this, because what you're really doing is you're avoiding a relationship altogether by interacting with women like this that you can't have or that are unavailable. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device you want to read it on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters, the articles on my website, and my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.